welcome back. Birungi. What is Birungi? You have a question. What's that question?
Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome back from lunch. My question is about, okay, I know we are graduates now, and we are looking for jobs. That's the truth. But there's this question whereby most people or employers ask us, for example, someone might say, if you go to someone and be like, I'm looking for a job, they'll be like, what can you offer? I've come across such questions so many times and from different people. And then when you say that, you know, I have these skills, like communication skills, teamwork, whatever, they'll be like, everyone has them. So what other thing do you have that can make you different or unique? And I'm really requesting you to give us more hint on how to answer that question, because I've found out that most times someone can just be discouraged from you from the way you answer that question to that person, and then you lose a job just out of the blue. So can you please help us with that question? More details on how to answer it.
What can you offer? And you say I have a degree. So what? Yeah, you have a degree. Even these other guys have degrees. What can you offer? The morning session, if you went through the morning session, we are trying to answer one question. Who are you? They don't hire you because you have a degree. They hire you because you have something special that you can offer that many other people cannot offer in the same way you offer. So when they ask you what can you offer, they are asking for the difference that you have from all other people. They want to feel how different you are from other people. That is why the importance of understanding the organization is key. When I looked at MasterCard Foundation, this is your vision. This is your mission. These are your core values. These are some of the activities that you do. When I identified this activity with my passion in communication, I realized that if you put me in this position, or if you give me an opportunity to manifest who I am, I'll be able to do what? I'll be able to deliver beyond expectations, because my gift is in communication and imparting knowledge in other people. And the way I do it, no one else can do it. Don't mind other people. Don't even care whether they are there. Show them that no one is like you. In the morning session, we are trying to ascertain how different you are. All these are girls, apart from the two gentlemen. The rest are, but you're not the same. And what makes you different is not your size, not even your eyes. You have good eyes, you know? But not your eyes. Because what you have, she has. Do you know that? Whatever you have, she has, she has, she has. But the difference that you think that's something that you can offer in a way that she can't offer. But that thing must relate with the aspirations of the company. Because every company, before they give you the job, all people are selfish. They ask you, what is in for us? Yes, you want a job, but if I give you a job, what is in for me? That is the reason why some young people have been made to do carpet interviews. Because they have nothing else to offer. Do you need a carpet interview? You undress yourself and a man sleeps on you. Do you know why girls do that? Because they don't know their worth. They have nothing else to offer. When you don't have anything else to offer, you think your body is the offer tray. And I wonder why so many girls think like that. When you do good for her, she'll always find a way of paying you back. And they think paying back is undressing themselves. Let me tell you, girls, That's not enough. That is just a moment. For a normal man, that moment won't even take 10 minutes. Won't even take. And busy men don't have time for sex. That is why in marriage, so many women complain that their husbands are abandoning them. Because a man can't be looking for tuition for children. A man can't be looking for food, looking for money to construct for you a house, to build a future. And they are again thinking about love. You simply learn to wait for your husband. You know? You just learn. Until when you transition, if you don't have money, you can't have peace. When you have responsibility. They want food, they want tuition, they want everything. You're renting, a month is coming to an end. You can't even have peace. A landlord is going to knock on the door. Children need food. Someone is going to the hospital. The term is ending. Another one is just on the door. You expect someone to have love? No. The other person outside who is not with you, they have more love than them. But doesn't mean that this man doesn't love you. He's focused on working for you. This is the mistake many women make. Just because the man is no longer attentive, doesn't pay much attention, they think the man is no longer interested. No. Priorities have shifted. They want to better your life. This one is just trying to make you happy. Women are emotional creatures. Men are logical creatures. And you men must learn that women are emotional creatures. Sometimes even in your busy schedule, you should tell your wife that she's smart. Because there is a man at work, strategic, telling her every day morning that she's, even when she's not. But just interested in one thing, laying her down. But let me tell you, after that act, you're no longer important. Proscovia, tell them. After that act, you are a useless creature. If you're not his wife, you're just a toy to be used. So, right now, can't they come at the end? At the end of the session, I can give them 10. Is it okay? Yeah, they want to talk to you. They want to talk to you about how to use a toilet. I don't know how you use them in your rooms, but later we shall have people to talk to you how to organize your rooms, how to leave them. You make your bed. Did you make your bed? Of course, they have to change the bed sheets, but did you make your bed? Behave as if you're home, in your own home. So, find the difference that you can offer. Always and always understand the organization, understand their mission, their values, and identify the gap where you can fit. Don't go to an organization and you say you can do anything. What can you offer? Anything. Just give me anything and you see. No, you're not God. Identify your potential. What is that something that you're good at? What is that something that you're confident with? That when you're given that task, you won't even compete, but you'll do it beyond expectations. And concentrate on that. If you give me an opportunity to serve within your organization, you're going to see A, B, C, D from me. It's a must. If you don't see it in 6 months, expel me. Put them on pressure and tension. If you don't see it in 6 months, expel me. They'll give you a job. Not because you deserve the job, but because you're too serious for them. People don't want serious people. And they don't want people who challenge them. If you challenge them because you're confident and you understand the organization and your place in the organization and your contribution in the organization, you have the job. So we are going to look at personal branding and the new psychological contract. Personal branding and the new psychological contract. What is a contract? Do we have lawyers here? They don't sponsor lawyers. They are still there. They haven't finished. A good lawyer isn't one who did law, but one who can find the law. That is law. A good lawyer isn't one who studied law, but one who can find the law. That is why you can't be a lawyer unless you're a critical thinker, a creative thinker, because you have to find the gaps in your opponent's presentation so that you step in them. So you have always to be finding the law. So what is a contract? Who can I ask? What's your name? The lady opposite you, what's your name? Yes. Nanyunja Fatuma. Are you Muslim? Are you practicing Muslim? Or you just have the name? A liberal Muslim. That is good. You're not a slave of religion, right? When you're not a slave, you see other people as humans. You don't see yourself as the righteous one. We are all wrongdoers. We are not perfect. Nanyunja Fatuma. What's a contract? Who has a microphone? I want people to hear your voice. Because the way you move here, they should relate it with your voice. Nanyunja Fatuma. You can even stand up so that they see Nanyunja Fatuma. That top.
Sorry?
Is a bit short. The top. Okay, it's okay. Be comfortable. You're putting on a jacket. It's okay. Nanyunja Fatuma. What's a contract? Where do you come from? Nakasek. Alan Mayanja Sebunya's area. Right? The MP. Rutamaguzi. Okay, the Kapeka side. Areas of Kapeka and part of Nakasek. Nanyunja. What's a contract?
A contract is a binding agreement between two or more people.
Yes. Be confident. Say it as if you own it. You're the authority. You know? Why so many people fail to get the opportunities? They doubt themselves. Be confident even when you're wrong. In philosophy, there is no wrong answer. Actually, the right education, in the right education, there is no wrong answer. It is wrong according to your judgment, but I can reason you and make it right in my own world. So always be confident. In philosophy, there is no wrong answer. It is only wrong depending on the perception of the perceiver. So, what's a contract?
A contract is a binding agreement between two or more people.
Two or more
people.
It is true. You're right. Why is it that you say it as if it's wrong? It is true. It's a contract, right? It's an agreement between two or more.
It's a binding.
Okay, it's an agreement that is binding between two or more people. For what?
I mean, to form specific terms. Yeah, to fulfill obligations between
Give
two
the
parties.
microphone to the gentleman opposite you. Because there is a way you smile at each other. You know? Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yes, Mr. Ngobi.
My name is Ngobi.
Ngobi. Ngobi means a twin?
No.
Eh.
Omulangira.
Yes, you're right. Omulangira from Obwakyabazinga. Okay. Tusangayire okubona.
Kale.
So what's a contract, sir? Add on what she's built.
Okay. So I think it's an agreement that has terms on which parties can agree. And it can be documented or just agreed. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Ngobi. Yes, sir. Joshua. The Joshuas, they don't believe a lot. Huh, right? They don't believe.
I believe in God.
Okay.
So
What's a contract?
a contract is
Are you a teacher?
no. I'm a chemical engineer and industrial chemist.
Industrial chemist. Okay. You're fit to be a teacher.
Yes.
Yes.
A contract.
Where do you come from?
Okay. I'm a native of Greater Sorority, Kabiramaido.
You come from the nation of Sorority.
Greater Sorority.
Greater Sorority.
But the village is Kabiramaido.
Okay. Yes.
So a contract is a written agreement between two parties which are desiring, whereby one is willing to offer a given service while the other one is willing to accept the service for a given period of time under certain terms and conditions. Thank you.
Yeah, you can. Please do. If you want to clap for someone, please do it. Yes, he's given more details, but they are all right. Right? Now, there is a difference between a legal contract and the psychological contract. It's what we are going to learn today. Why? Legal contracts in the present day Uganda do not matter. In Uganda, legal contracts don't matter. If you want to see it, go to churches every Sunday and see those people making legal contracts. Do you agree to be with him? Yes. In darkness and light? Yes. They sign a certificate that binds them together. They leave the church, and after a few weeks, they separate. Meaning, a legal contract is important, but it is no longer counts. A psychological contract is much more important than the legal contract. Going to church and they bind you together with a person that you never grew up with. You don't even understand, but you claim to understand each other. You know relationships are a lie. People be together and they claim to understand each other, but they don't. They are binded together. If they fail to sign the psychological contract after signing the legal contract, marriage cannot last. Psychological contract is that mutual understanding between two people. That is why in Uganda we have a constitution that is not respected anyway. Because laws are there, if they don't sit deep in humans, they can't be respected. Meaning a psychological contract is much more important than a legal contract. When you go to your place of work, you'll sign a legal contract. Never go back home and think it counts. Anytime, any day, they can terminate it. Someone without a legal contract can sit in that place and they work for 5 years without a legal contract for as long as they sign a psychological contract with the boss. The boss understands them and appreciates them. This is what we are going to look at. So you're coming into a world that has changed. That is why, because of the difference in these contracts, The shifting, that paradigm shift from a legal contract to a psychological contract, we need to brand ourselves. We need to understand the things that make us more effective and efficient. A creative man is motivated by the desire to achieve, not by the desire to beat others. You're coming into a world where so many people think that their survival is a result of fighting each other. You go to organizations and companies and you find people backbiting each other, talking ill about each other, fighting each other, thinking that that is the only way they can achieve job security. What's your name, madam? You haven't said anything to me today. What's your name? Gloria. Gloria. Glorious. Not even Gloria, but glorious. People can go far. Your parents were must be very interesting people. So they go from glory to glorious. So it is beyond glory. So glorious. In life, we don't succeed by fighting other people. We succeed by becoming ourselves. You're going to go at workplaces and they are going to fight you. The term psychological contract was first used in the early 1960s, but became more popular following the economic downturn in the early 1980s. Those of you that have done history, now this is history. As commercial organizations grew in size and complexity, there was a tendency to standardize rather than individualize the treatment of labor. That is why you realize that those days, unions for workers were more powerful. Today you can't find unions. Someone starts their own industry, their own company. The moment you gather together to fight him, he expels all of you. And tomorrow he recruits new people. People are tired. So more recently, unions have lost some of their legislations, and employers have found it in their own best interests to develop practices that respect equal opportunities and employment rights through professionalized human services. Today, there is a telecom company in the United Kingdom where the customer service center sits in India. Women are competing, men are competing with women. That is why a man, things have changed. In the days of my grandfather, the role of my grandmother was to stay home, nurture children, give birth to children, work in the garden, and offer sex to a husband whenever my grandfather came back. There was no quarreling. If my grandfather came back at 11 p.m. in the evening and he wanted it, my grandmother was willing to offer. Whether she's interested or not, she was willing to offer. Because duties were known. Provide for your family. A woman is nurtured knowing that she's supposed to take care of the husband. Now things have changed. Girls are working, they're earning money, they're driving cars. You can't give her a car, she has one. She has a degree. She's earning 2 million shillings, probably more than what you earn. She can give herself almost everything. Now men are confused. What can they offer? She can get it if she wants. Things have changed. Men are confused. They only resort to one thing: violence. Why? Because there's nothing more that a guy can offer. You have everything. You've gone to school, you're driving, you have a plot of land somewhere, you're even constructing rentals. And it's just starting. The girls that you're seated with are not your generation. Because it is going to take you 8 years to start establishing yourself. If you're 22, 23, you're going to look for opportunities for the next 5 years without getting a stable employment opportunity if you don't create yourself one. Now, you'll start getting a stable, that is if you're serious, at the age of 29. When you get a job at the age of 29, you want to own your own place, put a fridge, put a sofa that you want, a bed that you want, a TV that you want to build yourself. Now, a girl of your age is not yours. She wants to change hair style. She wants to put on well. She wants a new mobile phone. She will resort to men that went far than you. That means if you settle with her, she must be so mature to the extent that she has to be patient for you, which girls of this generation cannot have. They don't. They are quick. They want quick and easy scissors. Apart from you, you look patient. You know, what's your name? You look so patient. Keep it up. Is it religion shaping you? Okay. That's your character. But you're very strong. I can see. So things have changed. It is really hard. So the use of temporary workers as well as outsourcing of projects and war business functions also changes the workers' expectations. Right now, we are not part of MasterCard Foundation. We are just hired to offer our services. Those days, people to offer such services were internal, had to be internal. So a lot of things have changed. Today you hire someone, come do the work, go. You don't spend a lot of money. How has work changed since 1980s? In 1980s, people worked in teams. You had to be there. COVID, it is only recently in Africa or in Uganda that COVID taught us that you can work online. That is when Zoom came in, Teams were introduced. People have virtual teams. MasterCard is in Uganda, but it is MasterCard in Canada, there is MasterCard in Ghana, there is MasterCard in Rwanda. They can decide to have a meeting one evening, depending on the time schedules. They have a meeting, they work, they agree on things, they make resolutions, and it is done. Factory office working, today people work on their mobile phones, they work on their computers. Line management, today is there is matrix management, customer service, call centers. Long time ago, when phones had just been introduced in Uganda, you had to walk all the way to the customer service center. Today, you simply dial 100 on Airtel, and someone attends to you. So things have changed. So meaning, Airtel doesn't need to have a customer call center. They hire a private company to establish a call center for Airtel. They manage it, the Airtel pays the company manages it. That is what is taking place. People used to get jobs for life. Once you get a job in government until retirement, today the economy is privatized. People own their initiatives. You're not sure of your job. Today you have it, tomorrow you're gone. A life's work, a career. On-site services, online services. Few employee rights, many employee rights. Because of many employee rights, people don't want to commit. They don't give appointments. And because they know you're desperate, what's your name? Where have you been, Sandra? I've not seen your face since morning. You're new, right? You've been working. You're lucky, you're working. Do you need a transition fund? She also needs a transition fund, but she's working. Huh? What are you going to use it for? You're Sandra who? Huh? Mukoi, Mulembe, Gasira. Oh, it's a pleasure meeting you. Employees are isolated, employees are connected. Reliable pensions and unreliable pensions. That is why you're going to get jobs, work for 2 years, but you don't have an appointment. The moment you begin complaining, you go. Because there are so many of your friends who are looking for that same opportunity. So, what is it about the psychological contract? You can take a few notes that you want. What is it about the psychological contract? Employers are dismantling their internal labor markets and abandoning their implicit promises of orderly promotion and long-term job security. At work, you can work for 10 years without a promotion. You can work for 10 years without a promotion. Those days you knew, when I get this job, after 2 years I have to go to this level, after 3 years and education I have to go to this level. Even if you have a PhD in someone's company, they don't increase your money, your salary, they don't increase your benefits. Instead, they'll want to reduce the benefits because you're overeducated. Job promotions and security depends much on employees' behavior and perception. That is attitude. Your attitude. How are you? What's your name? What? Tina. Trudy. 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 Okay. Trudy, it's a pleasure meeting you. Where do you come from? Gulu. You pronounce it well. You are natural? They're very intelligent people. Did you know that? You know. That is why you're proud. You're even confident. Trudy. Employee respond to the landscape by seeking to improve him or herself. It is your responsibility when you get a job to improve on your skills. Those days when you got a job, it was the responsibility of the organization and the company to take you back for further education. Today it's no longer there. So at the same time, employees and employers have a new understanding of their mutual obligations, a new psychological contract. Therefore, the changes in the nature of the employment relationship have many implications on the labor market. The collective bargaining laws, as well as the social welfare measures that provide old age assistance, unemployment insurance, health insurance, and disability insurance, are employer-centered. They can decide to give you or not to give you. Therefore, a psychological contract is a mutual understanding, after signing the contract. After signing the contract, what's your name? Nubona Hilda. There is a way you don't want to look at me. You know? Oh. A psychological contract is a mutual understanding. After signing the legal contract that binds you together, you have to sign the psychological contract. Your boss must get to know you and appreciate you the way you are. If they don't appreciate you, even when you have a legal contract, after 6 months, you'll go. Why are you together with Anna? Reagan, why are you together with Anna? There is a way you're close to each other. You mean there is... Yeah? Oh, this space, my God. Okay, you wanted to see. Okay, you see from our perspective. That's interesting. So it's a mutual understanding. Major differences between a legal contract and a psychological contract. A legal contract in many cases offer only a limited and uncertain representation of reality. You go to a workplace, they give you a job, they tell you, we expect you to be at work at 8, by 5 you leave. But they are lying. They want you to be at work at 6 and you leave at 10 p.m. What's your name? You are here. Justin. You should keep on smiling. You're a woman. No? So they lie to you. They give you a contract. You come to work at 8. You leave by 5. They look at you. The boss looks at you. In the meeting, they tell each other, he's not interested. He's not interested in work. But the contract says you're supposed to be there at 8, leave at 5. The guy says you're not interested at work. Because there are people who come at work at 6, they leave at 8. So the legal contract expects you to be at work at 8 and leave by 5. The psychological contract expects you to be at work at 5 a.m. in the morning and you leave midnight. So it is a lie. Legal contracts are lies in the present day world. Excuse me, sir. The psychological contract, on the other hand, looks at the reality of the situation as perceived by the parties and may be more influential than a formal contract in affecting how employees behave from day to day. That is why the psychological contract that effectively tells employees what they are required to do in order to meet their side of the bargain. Some workplaces, you need to be very careful. Some workplaces, the psychological contract might expect you to do something wrong. That is why you need to be very. Someone wants you to be there, they first use you so that you get the job security. You need to be very careful. Rachel, after Meridian. You need to be very. Auntie Meridian. Rachel, you have to be very careful. Munange. Have you had lunch? A lot of it I can see. Have it. So during recruitment process, the employer and the interviewee discusses what they each can offer in perspective of that relationship. In agreement, if the agreement is reached, most employers will impose a standard form of contract, leaving detail of the employee's duties to be clarified on the job. Have you realized it? So note, some of the initial statements, no matter how informal and imprecise, may later be recommended as promises. Don't get to an interview and you say things that you won't be able to do. Because you want to please the interviewers that you're better. So you talk about heaven on earth. You can work under minimum supervision. I can work under minimum supervision. I can work under pressure. So they give you a lot of work and you complain. Why did you talk about it? They're not going to put it in the legal contract that you're going to work under pressure. No. But because you talked about it, they expect you to work under pressure. They give you work, they don't care. In the psychological contract today, people don't care where you come from. They don't care the hassle that you go through to reach work. They only care about what they can get from you. Be at work at 6, leave at midnight. They don't care how you go back home. That is the world you live in. So in brief, this is the psychological contract. The iceberg you see on the screen represents the psychological contract. On one side, we have work and pay. Above the water, do you see the level of the water? All these things below water are hidden. The only part that is visible is work and pay. You're going to work, we are going to pay you this much. That's all. In the legal contract, that's what they put in. Now, your role is to work so hard and make sure that the iceberg goes up the water. When you put in more time and hours of work, you get job security. When you put in more effort and you bring in more ideas, they create for you safety and care. So the more you put in, the more they increase. That is why it is very important for you guys to understand that your success at work, your degree will get you a position to sit in a certain company. But your calling, your purpose will earn you the security at work. A degree will make you effective. Scovia, are you a mother? Mothers usually get tired. You know, we forgive them. Mothers have to sleep a lot, you know. Scovia, go and stand there. Just stand there. Like, seriously. No. If they think you're embarrassed. Who else here? How many of you have never dozed? It's okay. It's okay. Go and stand there. You can even rotate around, move around. Be our supervisor. If you want to sleep, you can move around. It's okay. It is normal to doze. Huh? There is a way you're so okay. Did you sleep well? Okay. She's very okay, do you see? Even you, somehow, somewhere, you're very okay. So you can move around, relax. When you feel like you're okay, come back and sit. The more, if you doze again, I will tell them that you're dozing. And so you move around. So, your inputs will determine the rewards that you get at work. That is the psychological contract. The more you put in, the more you get. And sometimes, the bubble doesn't balance. You put in a lot, but you don't get. You must be patient and willing to forgive your bosses all the time. You put in more hours, they don't pay for the hours. If you feel like, you know, Gandhi gave 2 rules of customer care. Do you know them? Mahatma Gandhi. That is why Indians have gone so far when it comes to customer care. The first rule for customer care is, a customer is always right. Rule number 2, if you reach a situation and you realize that a customer is wrong, read rule number 1. The customer is always, your boss is always right. Your boss is, what's your name? Asimo Esther. Asingo Esther. You're from where? Ngora. It was part of what? Yes. It wasn't a district, right? They were taken away from Soroti, Serere, Ngora. Yeah, right? Okay. Ngora. Okay. It's a pleasure seeing you. Your boss is always right. If you realize that your boss is wrong, read rule number 1. Your boss is always right. Yes.
So if you say your boss is always right, does that mean you're free to welcome exploitation? Because some of the bosses are that.
Your boss is always right. You're only supposed to be very intelligent. But your boss is always right. There are many moments your boss is going to exploit you. But because you know who you are and what you want, you're going to be patient and you have to be wise in how you handle your boss. You have to understand them. You can get a boss who is a male. One day, he touches your chest. What are you going to do? That is pure harassment. What are you going to do? You're earning $1 million shilling a month. You want the car job. Are you going to tell him you're stupid? You man, you're very stupid. Huh? Never even joke with me again. You are Deke? Do you know that I'm a Deke? You're joking with me. No. You have to be smart. What you're doing, my boss, is wrong. You inspire me a lot. I'm working hard to better myself because I'm learning from you. You're my mentor. I love you so much. Embarrass him psychologically so that they don't do it again. You know, days have changed. When you are told by someone, Tomanyira, no, those days have gone. Oh, is that what you said? No, but I'm not ready for it now. Maybe after 2 years, it's okay. You psychologically put someone off without even creating a fight. Your boss has done something wrong. You know it is wrong. You are at work. What do? You lose the job because you're too tough? What about those other people that do it for free? Simply sit down your boss. I'm so sorry, my boss, to tell you this. You inspire me a lot. Every day I yearn to better myself because when I look at the way you do your work, you're my mentor. But what you've done, I don't like it. Let me tell you, no one is stupid. They will be embarrassed, but they will keep quiet. And they will shift you from a certain place to another place. Sometimes, even when you lose the job, but you were polite and right, it is okay. Polite and right, it is very okay. But often, if you do that in a polite, intelligent way, you can't lose the opportunity. Instead, they put you to another level. If you try someone, you put them off psychologically, and they think you're young, you could not see it, and you show them that you saw, they begin to fear you. That is worth. Your worth. You must understand your worth. Just because someone has touched you, it doesn't take anything away from you. Then, after doing it, the after effects are much more important than what has been done. How does it affect you, and how do you handle it? Because it happens every day. You go through Kampala and someone touches you. What do you do to them? You abuse them. But you have a degree. A degree holder cannot abuse. They abuse psychologically or professionally. Even Jesus abused. But spiritually, he abused some people. He healed the sick on the Sabbath. The bishops, the pastors, the reverends came. Those were the Pharisees. They were the custodians of religion. They came to him and accused him of healing someone on Sabbath, yet on Sabbath they are supposed to rest. He simply asked them a question. Who of you, if you had your animal and fell in the ditch, would leave it there because it's a Sabbath? Not so? They kept quiet psychologically. He beat them psychologically. Then he said, you bad people, you knew the kingdom of God, but you never entered the kingdom. But worst of all, you even deny others a chance to enter the kingdom by giving them heavy baggages. But we won't go into that. The psychological contract depends on your inputs, and your inputs, your outputs. So, if work has changed, if companies have changed, if employment has changed, what do we need to do? We need to brand ourselves. Why personal branding? To answer the question, why personal branding, let me share with you a chapter from a certain book, The Circle of Innovation. In 1980, Percy Benevik left his job in the United States to take up a leadership position of a giant Swedish engineering firm, ASEA. While there, he inherited a 2,000-person headquarters. After inheriting that workforce, he pruned it from 2,000 to 200. In 1987, that firm merged with Switzerland's Brown Boveri to create the world's largest electrical engineering firm, Asia Brown Boveri, ABB, which had 4,000 strong human force at its headquarters. But 6 months later, the headquarters was pruned to 200 from 4,000. As of 1998, when this was published, the head count had gone down to 140 from 4,000. I want you to imagine. It had gone down from 4,000 to 140. What does it mean? You're going to get employed. One day, if it hasn't happened, you'll experience it. When they're restructuring, you'll be among the people that will lose the job. That is the reason why personal branding is very key. What is personal branding? It's about setting your personal standards of working and by essence guaranteeing your long-term market value if you were to be considered yourself as a commodity that the market needs. You need to position yourself, to brand yourself into a brand, into a person that can compete with other people. Let me tell you, I do not simply want to be called the best of the best, but I want to be the only person who can do what I do. That's my principle. I don't want to be called the best of the best, but I want to be the only person who can do what I do. You need to empower yourself to a level that you cannot compete with other people. Lionel Messi is a footballer, right? Cristiano Ronaldo is a footballer, right? But Messi is in his own class. That is the honest truth. He is in his own class. Messi is talented. Ronaldo is skilled. There is a difference between having a talent and having a skill. Ronaldo mastered the skill. Messi is talented. When you give him the ball, he doesn't struggle with the ball. It is natural in him. Ronaldo has to double the effort to match Messi. So, yes, even if he's talented, every day he attends the training. Let me tell you, Lionel Messi earns 2.5 billion shillings every week. He earns 2.5 billion shillings every week, meaning every month the guy earns 10 billion Uganda shillings. There is nothing. Even the President of the United States, I think, gets 800,000 US dollars a year as a salary. 800,000 US dollars. Messi gets 10 billion shillings a month. And besides, that is the salary. Besides the money he makes in marketing, his own investments, and all other things. What can pay someone that money? It's only a gift. In consultancy, someone can do the job for 1 million shillings. Let me give you an example. When I was young, I just finished my degree. I'd gone back for mastering. A guy came to our office. He wanted a business plan. He wanted a 13 million US dollar business plan. He's called SEB Engineering Services. He has SEB Vocational Services. 13 million US dollar. The guy was offering 3 million shillings. It was a lot of money. because I had never made $1 million by myself. I knew how to write a business plan. So I thought it was easy. I was going to get someone who has done SCCA, do the financial statements, come up with a plan. I do the theoretical part, he does the figure part. We compile, we present to the guy. I went to my lecturer. My lecturer right now owns Summit Consulting. He's called Mustafa Bimugisa. I went to the guy and told him, Mfunya Akalimu, it's a good opportunity. They're paying me 3 million shillings. He told me, what are you going to do? I'm going to write. Because by then he was teaching strategic marketing. He asked me, how much are they going to pay? 3 million shillings. What are you going to do? We are going to write a business plan. A business plan of how much? $30 million. $30 million. He said, you're stupid. He told me, Simon, you're stupid. I didn't teach. I have stupid people in my class. I said, why am I stupid? You're stupid. You're going to do a job of $13 million with 3 million shillings. He told me, okay, come to office next week. I went to his office. He sat me down. He told me, I'm going to show you the art of making money. The good thing is they're not here. The art of making money. So he sat me down. He told me, you're going to write a proposal to these people. I'm giving you the science. The proposal has 4 options. Yes. Did you accept the money? I said, yes, I had accepted the money. Okay, don't mind. I want you to write the proposal, send it this evening, and keep quiet. So the first option, we said, we are going to design a business plan, put it on a CD, organize a meeting and introduce this plan to the owner. That is $6,000. That is option 1. He told me in option 2, we are going to offer option 1, but we shall offer consultancy for 6 months, moving with these people to see that this business plan is implemented. He told me option 2 is $12,000. Then he told me option 3, we offer option 1 and option 2. But option 3, when there are potential funders, we shall be the ones to present the idea. It is $18,000. We put the work in 4 options. We sent an email to the gentleman who had accepted to pay 3 million shillings. But that same night, the man gave me a call. And he said, Simon, I want us to talk. Then I called my lecturer that the guy has said he wants us to talk. He said, that's what I wanted. Now, when you go to the bargaining table, the guy is greedy. He wants all the options. So we go to the table, not to negotiate how much, but we go to the table as the boss. The guy paid $18,000 for the job. My lecturer took $8,000 in cash. He told me, Simon, you're stupid. So I'm taking this money because I gave you wisdom. So we shared the 10,000, but the guy took 8,000. But we were willing at first to do the job at 3 million shillings. So things don't fail to work because they don't work. But we who have been blessed with these things, we don't know how they work. That is the importance of branding ourselves and understanding how work is done. Someone can do a business proposal at 1 million shillings. Another one can come and do the same business proposal at 4. Another one can be hired and does the same business proposal at 10. And another one can do it at 30. What is the difference between someone who can charge 1.5 an hour and someone who is paid 30 days, 1 million shillings? What is the difference? Become a master of what you know. Become a master of what you know. You have the same qualification. You have the same everything. You're the same age, but someone is paid more than you. Why? Because there is something that they know that you don't know. Whoever is better than you, always remember and be mindful that they know something that you don't. Get to know what they know. Madam Teacher, get to know what they know. We did a training at SMARC, teachers. I asked a teacher, is there money in education? He told me no. Then I asked him, how much are you paid? The guy was getting 1.6. Then I asked him, is there money in education? No. Then what do you want from there? But you want money. I asked the guy, for how long have you been in teaching? He teaches economics. The guy said he's been teaching for 15 years. Okay. I said, okay, that is good. Now, when students come in senior 5 and they are new, what textbooks do you recommend them to buy? He told me basic economics. He told me another one, Taebwa. He gave me 5 books. I asked him, of those 5 books, how many are yours? He told me none. I told him, you guy, you've taught for 15 years. You mean you can't even write a pamphlet? You convince the head teacher that this pamphlet is practical in economics? You force students to buy it. Every student who comes in senior 5 has to buy it. 20,000 shillings, 5,000 shillings remain in the school. 15,000 shillings is yours. I told him, you're going to sell 100 copies, 200 copies, and you don't even mind about the salary that you get. There is money in education. But people don't get it because they are average teachers. They are average teachers of economics. When students get into holiday, they also go for holidays. Are you students? You're teaching economics of senior 5. A senior 5 student doesn't pay rent, doesn't buy food, doesn't take himself to hospital, doesn't do anything. Their only job is to study. Meaning when they get into their holidays, you're supposed to continue. And after teaching senior 5 economics, you're supposed to study working class economics. What keeps teachers average? Because they become they are students in the end. You, come here. They come. Why are you not acting? You, come. They waste a lot of time on the school compound, doing nothing. They go back, break time comes, they go eat cassava and black tea. Black tea. They go back after break. They teach. They come back. It's a single lesson. They come back in the staff room. They talk about football. Messi. Lunchtime. Posho is brought, beans, they eat. After lunch, they sit. They have a lesson at 3:20. They go. By 5, they are done. They come out of the staff and stand there to look at students. You. Why are you looking at your friend like that? Okay. You, what's your name? That day goes. They repeat the same routine, term after term, year after year. They are not adding any value on them. In the end, they claim that education has no money. I'm a professional teacher. I'm a professional teacher. I'm supposed to be a teacher of economics and computer science. That is my first degree. Before I advance to I diversify to other things. But if there is any course that I studied that has been very important to me, it has been education. I did advanced training in small and medium enterprise management, Dubai Men's College. I did advanced training in entrepreneurship, Yildiz Technic University, that is Istanbul, Turkey. I did advanced training in communication, that is Trent College of Communication in Canada. I did my MBA. I'm continuing to study. But the best, the most effective and efficient course that I've had in my life is education, Sandra. Children of today hate the course. So we need to brand ourselves. Most people working in banks are teachers. Go and do research. Most people that are employed in organizations are teachers. Go and do research. They can't employ a social works and social administration student, a public administration student, and they leave a teacher. Because a teacher has many skills. But you can decide to remain a classroom teacher or be a world teacher. So why personal branding? How can we develop ourselves into winning brands? One, learn to keep time. Let me be honest with you. What's your name? Immaculate. Do you know the meaning of that word, immaculate? What's your other name? Tumsime, immaculate. People are taken to conferences, to hotels like this one. They are put in sessions and trained how to keep time. You can't keep time, but learn to keep it. But you can't keep it. That is philosophical. Let me be simple. Learn to manage time. A day has 24 hours. 24 hours. A baby has 24 hours. An ill person has 24 hours. An old person has 24 hours. Even a graduate has 24. It is not about, you can't keep time. Do you know why? Because you can't increase it or reduce it. A day has 24 hours. You can't add or subtract. You can only manage yourself within the available time that has been given to you. Now, what have you been doing for all these years you've been at campus? What have you been doing? Did you even know? Have you ever heard about me? Have you ever heard about me? Of course you know, right? But there are so many people outside there who could help you. Who could help you shape your passions. Whom you could consult for free. Learn to build, establish connections. Go to someone, tell them, hey, so and so, I want to learn from you. I want to work with you. I want to learn from you. Come as a learner. As you learn, put yourself there. When an opportunity comes, you'll be the person they will pick. So learn to keep time. Until you have a reputation of respect for time, you'll not present yourself a powerful brand. Lamwak, that's your name, right? Winfred. Where you come from? Guru. Not guru. It's guru. Because I know the meaning, right? I know the meaning of the word. It is guru in Acholi. Not guru. Guru is in Luganda. It is gulu in Acholi. Not so? Not so? It is okay. Be confident, you know. Keep time. Birunji. Keep time. Learn to keep time. Are you working? You're working. Some people here are working, but they want a transition fund. It is wrong. Leave that money for other people. For your ward. Which district do you come from? Mukono. Are you staying there? What are you working on in Mukono? No, what are you working on in the community? The community that has shaped you into the woman that you are now. That is a community that has protected you. You're alive and kicking.
I'm providing jobs through my...
Which jobs? You're taking people to Saudi Arabia?
No.
You do it from where? Your parents' place. So you have a business of rabbits. That is what you do now.
No, that's my...
That is your other business. What do you do now?
I'm doing consultancy.
You're a consultant. We even have a consultant here. You're doing consultants in what?
Consultancy, accounting, bookkeeping.
Auditing, accounting. For companies. It's a consultancy firm. It's an auditing firm. They are training you as a young auditor. Okay. It is okay. Enjoy it. Yeah, we are going to do. So first, keep. 2, be passionate at what you do. Don't write it. First come. What's your name? Joshua. Stand up. Stand there. On the platform. There. Stand up, all of you. Joshua is going to take us in a short break. Do for us a certain activity, an exercise for people to stretch up. If you want to go for a short call, please go for a short call. No long calls, go for short calls only. No long calls. Short calls only. Guys, stretch. Stretch. Proscovia. Stretch. People at the back, you're not stretching. My God. Yes. Bend. Scovia, bend. Fight that sleep. Thank you so much. Be passionate at what you do. There was a border guy. I used to take a ride from Carroll House, Bombo Road, to Radio 1. I used to have a program with Simon Njala, Kagwa. Business clinic. Long time ago, I was young. This border guy used to give me a ride every day. He knew the time. Every Tuesday, he knew the time. Then one day, I asked him, is there money in border riding? The guy told me there is no money. I asked him, why are you then riding a bike? What is it that you want? He told me, I want to survive. I did an experiment. I love doing experiments. I called him in my small office by then. I told him we are going to make you business cards, but I'm going to change your life, but with the rules. The first rule is you have to take a shower every day when you're done with work. Can you do it? He said yes. Every morning before you come to work, you must have a bath. Can you do it? He said yes. Then we bought 4 nice shirts. These shirts that come with a tie. Those days, there were shirts that used to come with ties. And 3 trousers, pair of pants. I told him, every morning you wake up, take a shower, but every evening you're done with work, clean your bike. By then he was renting a house of 50,000 shillings. Makere Chivulu. You know Makere Chivulu? Those small houses that were there. I told him, your bike should be clean, you should be clean, put on your tie. So we made business cards, and on the business cards we put the word, I love my work. On Bombo Road, I told him, when you park your bike and you see a customer, don't fight for a customer. Prepare yourself and look at the customer ready. Because you're putting on a tie, psychologically you're going to attract sensible customers. So when they come, welcome them. Appreciate them for coming and ask them, how may I help you? Okay, take me here. When they give you an opportunity to take them, appreciate them. Continue appreciating them. And ride them the way they want to be. Don't driven. Huh? Okay. Who said driven? No one? Eh? Okay. When you reach the destination and they ask you how much, be honest. Tell them how much you charge. But when you tell them 5,000, because of the way you are and the way you look, if they have more money, they're going to give you 10,000. Then as they are leaving, tell them, I'm honest and I love my work, and I'm a timekeeper. Give them a business card. Robert did this for 3 months. But after 3 months, people started calling him to pick them from organized places. People trusted him with their children. People trusted him to pick items for them in Chikubo. Robert became busy. Everyone was talking about a border man who puts on a tie, who is always clean, because we had even bought for him deodorants to smell well. In the 6th month, Robert was able every day to make 100,000 shillings every day, to put aside 100,000 shillings. They used to give him a lot of money. He had a program that when he comes in the morning, he takes children. At a certain point between 8, 9, and midday, he's picking different people. At lunchtime, he's picking children back to their places or back to their parents' offices. In the evening, he used to work up to 4 and goes back home. But by 4, he could have made, he already had the money that he wanted, 100,000 shillings. A time came that he could make 3 million shillings a month from a border. He went to a certain motorcycle unit somewhere along Bombo Road. He acquired a motorcycle of his own in the 8th month. In the 9th month, he acquired a second one. In the 10th month, he acquired one for me. That is 2011, 2012. As we are speaking right now, Robert has over 80 motorbikes in Kampala. As we are talking right now, he has 3 acres of land in Bujuko, that is Mityana Road. He has a poultry farm for the wife from Chivulu. I asked him, is there money in border riding? Today, I move with him in different sessions, telling people how they can make money from borders. Since 2012, he's been managing my motorcycle. He sells it, buys a new one. After 3-4 years, he sells it, buys a new one. But every Sunday, he sends me 60,000 shillings. Every Sunday. This is a free man, I've not worked for it. 60, free every week, every month, I'm sure. I have 240,000 shillings from him. 240,000 shillings. That is quite some money. You can buy fuel. Yes, someone is earning that as a monthly salary. I'm getting it for free. He told me, anytime you need your bike, I can give it to you. I told him, no, I don't want the bike. Manage it. He's now rich. From just riding. How do you brand yourself? You have to be passionate at what you do. You can't succeed in anything if you're not passionate. That is why we labor so much to tell people, identify things that you love. Because no one can disappoint you or frustrate you when you're doing what you love. What is that something that you love? That is your purpose. That is something that gives you joy and total satisfaction. So be passionate. Extraordinary delivery. Yes, your boss wants you to do ABCD, but go beyond. Birunji. Go beyond what you're expected to do. So many people are average. So many young people are average. If you do what others are doing, you're going to get what they are getting. Go beyond. You must learn how to deliver an extraordinary service. Yes, they expect ABCD, but go beyond. Try always to find ways of doing something more beyond what is expected. 4, understand globalization. We are competing with so many friends, so many people from different countries. Those days, Uganda was for Ugandans. Today, Uganda is for East Africans. And you realize that East Africans enjoy Uganda more than Ugandans. So we are competing with so many from outside our borders. Understand globalization. Add value by re-engineering your job. When you go to a certain company, if you don't know, let me tell you, if you go to a certain company, Joan, and you get a job and you don't know what to do, look for these people in MasterCard. Look for us and tell us, you know what, I'm doing ABCD. How can I improve on it? How can I be more effective and efficient in what I'm doing? Yes, I got an opportunity. How can I improve? We are going to give you advice and you're going to work as if you're experienced. That is extraordinary delivery. Jobs are continuing to change. Today you cannot hire someone to write for you documents. You're a manager, you have to type your documents, edit them, print them, and deliver them. Today you can no longer have someone at office who is just a messenger. A secretary is a messenger. Today, a messenger is a driver. Sometimes he's even a security officer at work. So add value by re-engineering your job. Stop thinking stop having that thinking. You're working for your boss. You work to please your boss. Sandra, you tend to do that. You want to please your boss. Don't please, these are human beings. Do your work so well that no man living or no man dead or no man yet to be born can do it any better. You're not writing anything. It is there. Hey, you covered it. You don't want these ones to copy. Hey, you're not writing anything. Not at all. Justin Ngabire, you're not writing anything. Justin. And birds of the same feathers. This is group what? You're not writing anything, my dear. But you have a right not to write anything. But you won't have the right to run away from the consequences of refusing to write these things. The Chinese have a proverb, when I hear, I forget. When I see, I remember, but when I do, I understand. Don't write everything, but try to put down that which sounds interesting to you. Pass the painter's test. That is what we talked about. Do your work so well that no man living or no man dead can do it any better. Exercise power. Branding yourself for success demands that you exercise power. You're taking pics. Okay, it is good. Exercise high level of moral authority. Be honest to yourself. I know you want money, but try to be honest. What's your name? I look at Janet. Do you know him? Have you interacted since morning? Who just seated next to him? He might be someone, you know. Get to know him, please, Janet. The good thing is you have 7 days. Right? Try to know this gentleman, please. You don't know what the future holds, you know. I'm making you a pass. You're going to fall up. That is good. Exercise high level of moral authority. Develop infallible credibility. Be credible. Be trustworthy. Aluka. Be trustworthy. It's okay, you can write. No problem. Write whatever you want to write. What do I mean by infallible credibility? You can't be doubted at any one point. It is beyond trustworthy. Like they know that who did that? No, she can't be the one. Credibility that someone is willing to stand on your behalf even when you're not there. You don't need to cheat to have what you want. What is yours will always be yours. Simply be truthful and genuine. Cheaters never win, and winners never cheat. That's it. That's what it means. Learn and upgrade your skills. We talked about this. If you want to lead, you must read. If you want to earn more, you must learn more. That is the summary. If you want to lead, you must. What's your name? Josephine who? Nakachwa. Josephine Nakachwa. If you want to lead, you must read. Do you get do you see the similarity? If you want to earn more, you must learn more. After your first degree, after working for a year or 2 years, go back and master. So many people want to graduate. Immediately after graduating, they go back for master's degree. What are you mastering in? They call it a master's degree because after living in life, you identify a field of your interest that you would want to master in. Then you go back to university to master. But you find someone, they have just graduated, they go back to master. Master in what? How can you master in something you've not practiced? Take a year or two working and trying out new things. You might realize that maybe the path you had taken is wrong. Because some of you did courses because they were trendy. What are you doing? Business administration. Which business are you going to manage? And whose business? You can't. Be in the field for 2 years, find yourself, know your strength and your passions. Then after 2 years, go back to master in that path or in that line. Stop procrastination, doing the non-essentials instead of doing the essentials. Don't postpone the inevitable. Some of you, when the time comes, settle down and leave the world for us. Yeah? Settle down. Don't waste a lot of time outside. When you find there's no right man, get to know that. Don't look for a right man. Be a right woman. You'll attract a right man. People looking for right men, they don't exist. Even in the days of Jesus, even Jesus himself was not right. Yes, they don't exist. Because there was a time he was about to give up. It was heavy for him. Simply be the right person. If you're a right person, you'll attract a right person. If you're a wrong person, you're going to attract people that are like you. Especially you. So stop procrastination. So be guided by a strict approach to your work tasks with a never say die. Do not leave pending tasks and go home. Whether you like it or not. Is it cold? Were you covered? Okay. You're cold-blooded animal. Okay. Whether you like it or not, one day you'll grow up. How old are you now? They don't say it. Who said that women are not supposed to tell their age? How old are you? 25. Let me tell you, you're 25. 15 years from now, you'll be 40. 15 years from now, only 15 should be. Utilize your time well. So, stop procrastination. I've seen people here with babies. They have started life early. That is if their partners are sensible. If they're not like snakes. Snakes never revisit where they laid the eggs. You know boys today, they only come back to give names to children after a year. They don't know how you struggled with the pregnancy. They don't know how you gave birth. They come back after a year. Oh, the baby is 1 year. Oh, did you give him a name? No. Okay, his name is this. And he's the father, whether you like it or not. Yes, it is true. Haven't you seen it? Go to villages and see. Men impregnate and go. They move on. They are now pastoralists. As far as love is concerned, they have become. They come here, they eat, they go. They come, they eat, they. So be careful. I know you want money, you want to drive, you see? The way you're seated. You want to drive. So take some time. So stop procrastination. Do not undermine others and never build your brand by destroying other people's brands. Learn to respect each other. In summary, strive to make yourself such a powerful brand by imitating the life of those you consider powerful. People will forget. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. In the end, for even if you came with so many others, it is your road and yours alone. Others may walk with you, but no one will ever walk for you. You joined this program alone. You're part of this program with many people. You've gone to school together. Here you're with friends. You can even make more friends. But one day, there will be a time when you will be alone somewhere. So first, understand who you are. Where do you come from? If MasterCard wasn't there, would you have acquired a degree? If not, understand and appreciate the opportunity that has been given to you and be sensible people. Each one teach one. If you've had an opportunity to get a degree, utilize it and make an impact, create an impact for other people. Go back to your home villages and pick a few other people. What's your name? Pauline who? Pauline Babidia. You're Pauline Babidia. Is it true? Okay. Do you believe you're Pauline Babidia? You believe? You believe you're Pauline Babidia? You know you're Pauline Babidia, or you believe you're Pauline Babidia? You know it. So we only believe in things we doubt. Right? We don't believe in what we know. We only believe in what we don't know. Okay. Do you believe you're black?
Yes.
You believe you're black? You know you're black. So you don't have to believe, right? Do you believe in Jesus?
Yes.
Because you doubt him. We believe in what we doubt. Yes. You didn't know. Mr. Angobi, we only believe in what we don't know. What we know, we know. We don't need to believe. So my dear sisters and brothers, I urge you, know where you came from and how far you have moved to be here. It has been hard for you to go through a system that so many people are fighting to have. Now you have this opportunity, you've graduated. Stop that spirit of expectation and begin to pray to God to help you manifest something that is going to add value on other people. If you have been assisted by strangers, you must learn to stand for other strangers. So tap into this opportunity. Identify serious people amongst you. Create a network. And build yourselves. Connect with people that are going to facilitate you here. When you visit different companies, establish connections with these people. Consult them. They're not bad. Give someone a call. I want to know this. How can I improve this? Utilize the opportunity when you're still a student. Let me tell you, when you are a student, the world has mercy on you. Get out in the world. You're going to understand what the world is. You're coming into the world. You have to live. You have to survive. Even when they give you a transition fund, which I know they will because it is part of the process. They will. I'm sure, I believe they will because it is part of the process. But at the end of the day, let me tell you, $700 or $800 or even $1,000 or $500 is not anything, isn't anything. The most important thing is, know what are you going to do with that money. What if it takes 3 years without getting a placement? What is going to happen? That is why these guys brought you here, to think. Get out of the box, as he said, and think. What next after your life, after university? What next? Today you're special. You're in a hotel, Royal Suites. It's a huge, beautiful place, you know. You're eating the food, they're taking care of you. Your role is only to sit here, and if you wish, you can even doze, you know. If you wish, you can even do what? You even have the right not to write anything. But let me tell you, 2 years from now, we are going to meet outside there. Universities award degrees. Life certifies the degrees. Makerere University gave you a degree, but the world is going to certify the degree. The world will prove whether you got a degree or not by the actions, your behavior, because life is a choice. Like I told you in the beginning, all of us are great. You're great. He's great. But you have to work so hard to build influence so that that influence, that greatness can be felt by other people. But that influence comes from your significance. Your significance comes from your value. Gold is gold when they're just mining it, right? But even after refining it, it is gold, but it is more expensive. The more you refine the value in you, the more significant you become in society. So know your purpose. Get to know your gift. Identify one gift. The way you have protected yourself throughout the university without messing up. Why is it that I believe in you but you don't believe in yourself? You messed up. I know you graduated as you came in. Nothing has happened to your body. I know, I believe. If it has happened, it has been once or twice. Yeah. She's still intact. So identify your gift. When you know your gift in life, you have found something that separates you from other people. Do you know a thumbprint? There has never been a person, there is no person that there will never be any person with the same prints as yours. What does it mean? That there is something that is hidden inside of you. In this generation, you're alone. There's no carbon copy. So when you work on that gift, that uniqueness, your value will increase. When your value increases, you'll become important in society. The more important you become, the more influential. The more influential, the greater. But the greatest among you shall be a servant of all. The greatest among you shall be a servant of all. I urge you to go back to your communities. If you don't know what to do, come and consult. Which project can you start humbly and slowly that can transform lives in your area? If all people, after coming to Kampala, after studies, would go back to their home areas, a lot of impact would have been created. It is okay. Getting an opportunity is not a curse. Get an opportunity, but getting an opportunity doesn't mean that abandon and ignore your people. The reason why you were brought out from them, come get knowledge. Go back and help them to know. Help them know what you know. So many people are struggling in villages, not because they're supposed to struggle. And let me tell you, average people have been able to turn around lives of average people into extraordinary people. My mother who paid my tuition right from senior 1 up to university, doesn't have a degree. She doesn't have a degree. She never went to, she had come to be prepared. She was in around primary 6. They were preparing her to become a nun. She gave birth at the age of 16, her first child. Age of 16. She became a mother at 16 and she gave birth to 10 children. So, the woman that created a foundation for me didn't go to school. So, what happens in Uganda? Average people struggle a lot to change lives of other average people. After getting a degree, we abandon them. We think because they cannot express themselves in a language that we speak, they are average. We never go back to help them. When you go to villages, you can get jackfruit at 500 shillings, right? A piece of jackfruit at 500 shillings. You come to Kampala, you only get 2 pieces of it. Put them in a certain disposable, add a piece of sugar cane, a piece of watermelon, and you sell it 5,000. It means the one in Kampala is going to get more richer than the one in the village. Yet the one in the village is the one supplying the one in Kampala. How can you turn around that? Help people in the villages to benefit in their energy and effort. That is the reason why you came to university. The challenge is refusing to go back and stay here. The purpose of MasterCard Foundation, their vision is go to different places, pick people that cannot help themselves, empower them, let them go back to empower others. But the question is, how many of those empowered ever even try to go back to help those that they left behind? It's a challenge. So, you have to learn to brand yourselves. Scovia is very stubborn. You are. You're very stubborn, but she's lovely and lively. But you're stubborn. You must take life seriously. Sometimes in life you need to be serious. You know? Yes. Don't smile all the time. They'll take you for granted. Sometimes you have to be serious. So, the days after this day, you're going to move out sometimes. You'll visit different places. If the opportunity is there, they'll teach you different things. They'll expose you to different things. But if you're able to find answers to the 5 questions that we shared in the morning, you're not here. You are making money. I hope you got the money. The first question was, who are you? Who are you as a person? Who you are gives you the value that you need. The second question is, or was, what do you want? There are so many good things in life, but not all good things are right for you. You're so beautiful. Yeah, keep it up. She is so beautiful. Dark, she has melanin. You know? You should be proud of being dark-skinned. Don't buy jelly to lighten your skins, right? Please don't. You'll get cancer. The second question was, what do you want? What do you want? 2, where can you find it? What do you want in life? Nanyunja. What do you want in life? Is your mom there? And your father? Your father died. Or was just a donor? He died. Okay. Don't get emotional. Don't get emotional. But your mother is there. She expects a lot from you. Do you have a baby? Don't sleep around in Kampala. I'm serious. Have you heard about HIV? Okay. Good. Don't. Be friends with Mr. Ngobi, but don't go too far. Who are you? What do you want? Where can you find it? What does it take you to have it? Everything you want has a price. But the price you pay is equivalent to the magnitude of the dream you're pursuing. There is a price to pay. Before you leave this place at the end of the week, know the price that you have to pay to have what you want. And lastly, know when to have what you want. A goal is a dream with a deadline. Are you going back to the village? Or you're staying in Kampala? You're staying in Kampala. You should go back and help people there. Hey, with this hair, you're not going to go back. With the way your hair is, this one can go back. Not so? Yeah. With this hair, you can go back. But with that hair, no. So those are the 5 questions. Strive to answer them after answering them. Don't attend other sessions when you don't have answers to those questions. If we come back someday, we'll share and interact. On our YouTube channel, you can find most of these things. On our YouTube channel, it is there. You can Google the name. When you Google the name, everything is there. Feel free to consult at any time. We only have WhatsApp calls, but we have a call for appointment. So feel free to consult. Don't come to us expecting jobs. We don't give jobs. We don't even give love. But we give guidance. I'm willing to guide and to share what I know with anyone interested. In those folders that we gave you, we are going to correct them. We need your ideas. We need your comments to shape other sessions for other people. So, there is a lady called Prosi Kovia Namara. She's going to pick them. Not Prosi, my friend here. I like you, by the way. Prosi, I like you. You're likable. So have this moment to fill those forms. Give us your ideas. After, we can have questions. Or we can first have questions. Yes, sir. Hey, let me be here. Now you can be here so that you record direct. You don't have to follow me.
You have a question?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Simon. Okay, from the start of this session in the afternoon, you talked about something that anytime a contract can be terminated.
Yes.
I think in that case, the employer takes advantage of the employee's ignorance of the labor law.
Where are you going?
From the labor law,
Not too long call. Okay.
from the labor law, we have the 1995 Uganda Constitution, the Employment Act, amongst other articles. An employee cannot be just terminated out of feelings of the boss. Every employee deserves a right of fair hearing
Yes.
and warnings from
Yes.
the employer
100%.
before a contract is terminated, unless if it has been a gross misconduct,
100%
Like-
right.
slapping a boss,
Yeah.
Stealing company property, such gross misconduct.
What is the question, Joshua?
So for me, I was bringing it up that I was not satisfied with you saying anytime a contract can just be terminated, just like that. Hey.
Okay. Joshua,
Yes.
do you want to be pleased or you want to know the reality? For how long have you been living in Uganda?
For all my life.
All your life. If you have lived in this country, you know that the economy is privatized. Right?
Yes.
When I start my company, I have a right to terminate you anytime I want. Do we have a law that allows people to throw empty bottles from their vehicles on the roadside to litter the town?
That law is not there.
Don't they do it?
People do it.
Don't you think we have laws but people break the laws? Go in employment with a different perspective and mindset. Understand the reality before you get into the ideal. What you're talking about is the ideal, and you're right. According to labor laws, that is how things are supposed to be. But go into the private sector and ask how many people have appointments. But they are working and earning money. Get into reality. Get out of the ideal world. Your comment is the most interesting thing, not your ticks. You can tick if you wish. You can even refuse not to tick, but your comment. So, Joshua, reality versus idealism. So the reality is people don't follow the laws. And people own their initiatives. The moment they realize that you're no longer productive, they terminate you. What keeps you there? Psychological contract. Get that perspective. Don't fight with nature. You have a question? What question?
It's on, the question is on your boss is never wrong. Like, give a scenario whereby, okay, personally I do diagnostics in the lab. So the boss tells you a negative you get may be a positive to the boss, but it's a negative to you. So a boss tells you, this is a business, I'm supposed to pay rent, I'm supposed to pay all this. So in case I test someone malaria and this person is negative, a boss may tell you I need it to be positive just because they need to get money, maybe for treating this person. So how can I handle such a case?
You test someone, malaria, they are negative. Right? The boss wants the patient to be, wants the client to be. But you know it is a matter of life and, right? Do the right thing. According to my standards and profession, and according to the code of ethics. Right? Ethics of your work. The result is negative. That's all. Go and find another place. You cannot allow someone to take medicine when they're not sick. If you do it because of money, you'll be sick yourself. You'll be sick in the head. So you cannot. Someone is negative. Why would you say they are positive? Only to get free injections. No. Separate professionalism from business. Professionalism, that is a matter of life and death. But there are some instances where, like I gave an example, the boss harasses you, touches behind you. What do? You quarrel and lose the job? You be honest. My boss, I respect you. I don't like that. Calmly and politely. You can't be forced to do something that you don't want just because you're earning some little money. That little money can cost your life. Can cost you the entire future. What if you get infected? So which other question? Okay, you want to ask? Say something. Say something. Ask a question. It's okay.
I don't have a question.
You don't have. You should say something at least. You're welcome.
Sir, she has a question.
Nanyunja doesn't have a question. Okay, you can ask.
Okay, you talked about employers' interviews.
A what?
Interviews, I mean questions that are asked. I have a feeling, okay, it's the reality. Employers set their own answers. I mean, someone can interview me, I've faced different panels. Can you work under pressure? But when, in actual sense, no one wants that, yeah? But he expects you to say yes. Are you flexible? Can you relocate? Anything, like they set their own answers, so you have to answer according to their
Who sits on interview panels?
Okay, let me first finish up. According to their own will, not yours.
They want you to answer question.
If you say no, I cannot work under pressure, I cannot relocate, I mean, up country, I cannot go there, I cannot, you know.
No one can't work. No one can't work under pressure.
You
All
failed.
people can.
You said you have to be realistic. If they ask you, can you work under pressure? You have to say yes. Can you do anything? To some employers, if you have to say that you get employed. So if you say you cannot do anything, you are like you cannot work.
Okay, let me answer that question. We listen. We hear from the hotel management. They want to talk to us. But let me, like I told you, be honest. Because even when you're lying, someone will know that you're lying. Can you work under pressure? Excuse me, sir. What kind of pressure? Because life itself is pressure.